Blow of the year from Liverpool to Arsenal. Liverpool and Arsenal are reportedly among clubs interested in signing Shakhtar Donetsk winger Mykhaylo Mudryk. The 21-year-old was linked to his transfer to the Premier League in the summer transfer window. While Brentford and Everton are reportedly attempting to sign the young winger, reports continue to come in that Arsenal are also interested. Gunners fans were disappointed to see the club opted not to bring in a new winger after Nicolas Pepe's loan transfer to French League One team Nice. Young Marquinhos will likely be in the Europa League and made his league debut in Sunday's win over Brentford. It was rumoured that Shakhtar would be willing to sell Mudryk for around £30 million. But Manchester United's £85.5 million signing of Antony has led them to believe that the Ukrainian club can get much more for their valuable assets. Speaking earlier this month, Mudryk said he will struggle to sign for Arsenal. "I think everybody dreams of playing in the Premier League. Arsenal are a very good team. They have a very good coach. I like the way they play. I can't say no to Arsenal, but the transfer is not just my decision," Mudryk said. There is a lot of interest in the young actor. At the time he gave this interview, Liverpool had no interest, and this statement of the player should be seen as normal. The Premier League is the dream of many footballers, and it is not easy to say no to an offer from a team. It is reported that Liverpool will deal a blow to Arsenal in the last period and take the lead in the transfer race. The Reds will allegedly attempt to sign Mudryk in the January window. However, La Liga clubs Sevilla and Arsenal will do the same. Mudryk plays with Shakhtar in the Champions League and managed to score 2 goals in the group stage matches. Staying at Shakhtar could potentially mean Champions League football, like moving to Liverpool. Another young player that has been talked about transferring to Anfield recently is Flamengo midfielder Joao Gomes. Over the weekend, Liverpool were reportedly eager to sign the 21-year-old. However, he has since signed a new 5-year contract at Flamengo, and his transfer to Merseyside has been cast into doubt. Transfer guru Fabrizio Romano said Liverpool sent scouts to watch Gomes. Liverpool have followed Gomes with their scouts as many other top European clubs have done. Nothing else in the story at the moment, no official offers or negotiations. "I think he is a very good player, but he needs some steps before he is ready to Liverpool level," he said. Recently on Instagram, Gomes was asked if he would join Liverpool. He replied, "Liverpool is a team for me to play for. I have the greatest desire to play. Playing in the Champions League is my biggest dream and my family's biggest dream, my biggest dream in football." Liverpool are still in pursuit of young and potential players, and work continues for the Liverpool of the future. However, the names in the target seem to need a little more time. Of course, it will be much more expensive to get these names in better form, but it makes sense to make moves now. Jürgen Klopp can explore in 18 days to perfect Liverpool's £57 million midfield formula. This international break could be a boon for Jürgen Klopp. This break from the off-season for the Liverpool boss could be the perfect opportunity to heal up and improve form. This is because quite a few of the first-team roster will stay at Liverpool for 2 weeks instead of joining their home country for a national team post. That is, there will be more chances to train together, and the detection of correcting what went wrong will be faster. A total of 16 top players will stay at Anfield rather than abroad, and Klopp will use some of his more experienced pros. There are many players to work with at the AXA training centre, including Arthur Melo, Thiago Alcantara, Joe Gomez, Joel Matip and Jordan Henderson. With so many players coming back from injury or simply being kicked out of their home country, Klopp must be enjoying the opportunity to work extensively with the players at his command. Not only will this be an excellent opportunity to integrate some of its young players into the team's setup, including Stefan Bajcetic or Fabio Carvalho, it could also focus on integrating one of the club's latest acquisitions. With the option of a permanent signing of £32 million on a loan with the Reds, Arthur kicked off Liverpool's under-21 team's weekend victory over Leicester City in the starting lineup, making his first start in months. Struggling to get action at Juventus means he's still extremely rusty, but these 2 weeks could be an ideal opportunity to get him back on track. It looks like a good opportunity, given that ideal midfield partner Thiago, who returned from injury last Sunday, will also remain at the club, and Klopp can use the 2 weeks to assimilate the two of them and get used to playing with each other. Arthur is undoubtedly a talented midfielder. Someone who does the basics of football well and can offer the reliable solid option Liverpool lacks on the right side of the midfield, especially on the defensive side of the game. On paper, Fabinho's midfield trio at centre alongside Arthur and Thiago could be the perfect mix for a successful side and a balanced midfield this season. This international break could help Klopp put the pieces together and get ready to reveal the recipe when Liverpool returns from an 18-day break between games. Liverpool may have another Harvey Elliott. We can make critical comments about Liverpool this season, but we should not forget that their young stars are shining. Harvey Elliott has established himself as a key player at Anfield. Fabio Carvalho looks incredibly bright every time he plays. Stefan Bajcetic knocks on the first team's door. It's not just the youngsters at Anfield that are impressive. However, Liverpool have a few other promising talents on loan, and one player in particular stands out: Tyler Morton. 19-year-old Tyler Morton was hired to develop and gain experience at Blackburn Rovers, just like Harvey Elliott. After a slow start in Lancashire, he's now more grounded. Indeed, Morton has been one of Blackburn's standouts in recent weeks, making at least 4 key passes against both Watford and Bristol, while also making 4 fights against the Hornets in a truly commanding performance. Morton's self-confidence seems to be growing every week, and his performance at championship level helped him to play for England's U21 team. As Elliott showed a few years ago, Blackburn is the perfect club for a young player to grow and develop, and that's exactly what Morton has done with former Premier League winners. Of course, Morton and Elliott are very different players, but in terms of their career progression to date, Morton is following a similar trajectory even though he's behind where Elliott is now. Morton could be back as a good option for Liverpool after a successful loan period, as Blackburn and Elliott did, and that should excite any Reds fan. The 19-year-old is definitely a player to consider for the rest of this season as he continues to impress in the second tier.